today what are we learning about?
Today we're going to be learning about 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication.
And we're going to be learning with 2 parts of it, right?
2 parts. The first part is about, well, I'm waiting for her to write the one.
Normal way. You're going to be learning it with me, the normal way to do it.
She's going to do it amazing, guys. I just know she might just be the future teacher.
Okay.
The second time is with me, even though the second time the 2 looks more like a Z to me than a 2. That's better, but still it looks like a Z. So
oh my god.
You're gonna learn regrouping with me, which is 2-digit by 1-digit. You're gonna learn the normal way with her. Now I know that regrouping gets a little harder, but we can always do it. I know you guys can't. But before we get started, I want you guys to at least have a, if you guys can, have a piece of paper right next to you, or have a notebook maybe, and jot down some notes that can help you. Alright, so just jot down some notes. That's what she's writing. That's because she's writing. And by the way, she was my surprise guest in my last video. And she's going to be my surprise guest again. Well, she's not going to be my surprise guest, but she's going to be teaching with me too. And I want to give a credit to her because she made the slides that we're going to use today. And she also made the slides for my first video that I made.
But we worked together on that one. Come on. We're together on that one. No. We worked together.
You worked more on it. It's fine. She made it prettier. She made it the best. Alright, so let's get started with today's lesson, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna see you guys there. So guys, we're gonna be learning about the normal way, like I said. So let's get started with the normal way. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pointer from the slides. Let's learn about 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. I'm gonna scoot myself over. Multiplication. We will learn how to do the regrouping and normal way of this type of multiplication, okay? First, let's go through the steps of normal 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. Before we do that, I just want to say I hope you guys like the slides because I made this kind of my own slides. I chose a theme of yearbook, but then I cut it on to my own type of slides, like a new creation. So I'm going to move to the next slide. Okay, so steps of normal 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. I'm going to make myself bigger because there's more space. So, okay, so the first thing you're going to do is multiply these 2 numbers, okay, because you always start from the right and go to the left, okay? And they're also the ones place. And in any operation like division, addition, subtraction, multiplication, you always start with the ones place. But I'm not exactly sure about division. I don't know. It's fine. We'll learn about division later. First, let's focus on this multiplication. Okay, so first you would multiply the ones place like I said. And we know that 4 times 2 is 8. So, like that. And you guys remember, you guys probably have something to write on, like here. I can just jot down a few of my notes, but this is not what I'm going to be writing on because I have it on the screen. Okay? So you guys can use a piece of paper to put like the steps of normal 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication too. Then you would multiply the tens place. But since we have a 2-digit and a 1-digit, the 1-digit would only go in one of the places, which is the ones place. So we would have to multiply the tens place by this place. So we would go diagonally. So then we would multiply these 2 numbers. That's step number 2. Remember, step number 1 is the ones place. Step number 2 is the tens place. And then we would do 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? So yeah, and that's the steps. Now let's fill out a few. So I'm gonna exit out of these slides and split out because we need to fill out this because yeah. So let's get started. So first we would do 71 times 4. We know that the first thing we would do is multiply the ones place. So 1 times 4 is 4, okay? Then we know that 7 times 4 is, sorry, the tens place went away. We know that 7 times 4 is,
The ones place went away.
so yeah, the ones place sorry, 28. So, oh my goodness, I'm the worst writer here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so our ones place was 4. And this was 20. Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way how to write this. Okay, guys, just 1 second. Okay, there we go. So we did the ones place and the tens place, and it was 284. Now I'm just gonna type that up, and I'll see you guys just when I'm done. So guys, I have filled it out. So you can see that our 71 times 4 is 284. And make sure you guys have jotted that down on my piece of paper. I'm gonna jot it down because I wanna make sure I have it in my mind.
You know what? I'm gonna jot it down for her, like at the
Okay.
same time, so
Thank
we could
you.
see how it's done.
Thank you. So 71 times 4, she's going to be taking my notes and I'll be taking her notes. Okay, so 71 times 4 is 284. Then let's do 81 times 5. So we know we did the ones place first. I know it's kind of getting cut off, but I'm sure, guys, it's 81 times 5. So we would do the ones place, and the ones place is 1 with a 5. So we do 1 times 5. And we know that 1 times 5 is 5. Right? Then we know that we have to do the tens place. So 8 times 5 is 40. So we would do 40 and our 5 on the side. So 40 and our 5. So our answer would be 405. So now I'm just going to type that up. Okay, just a sec. So 405. Okay? There we go. I'm just gonna make it in the middle. There we go. Okay. So 81 times 5 is 405. Now let's do 42 times 2. Okay? So we know that we have to do our ones place first, like always. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we write our 4 here. Then we know that 4 times 2 is 8 because we did our tens place second. So I'm gonna write 84. Okay, so 84 is our answer. Now, let me just type that up. So, okay, so that was it. Now, we filled out our normal 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication, and see, Miss Monty, like in the last video I said, Monty took a few notes.
I went into I went 70 times 4. I said multiply up, then multiply diagonal.
This is a great example of notes, and it doesn't even have to be neat. Just write it so that you guys can know it, okay? So now we're going to be doing the regrouping way of 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication with Monty. See you guys there. I mean, she sees you there.
Alright, so now you're going to learn regrouping in 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication with me. Just gotta make myself down there. Whoa, where am I? Oh, I'm supposed to be here. So, let's get on to the presenter view. That was Kushi's slide. I hope that you guys took some notes. And I also showed you an example.
Guys, I'm taking a few notes. Yep.
Yep, that's what you do. You don't need a notebook, you just need a piece of paper. Now let's go through the steps of regrouping 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication as we said. So here's an example again. So it says step 1 is to multiply these two numbers. She means these by, well, the sides means like up and down. So we know that 8 times 2 is what, guys?
16.
Like because she's it's basically normal except the regrouping part comes in. So we know 8 times 2 is 16, so we put a 1 up here. Now listen to this part. Once we multiplied this, we got the answer of 16. Now listen to this one carefully. Always look at the left side number. So this is our right side, this is our left side. So this is the left side number, so I would put my left side number up here like this slide did, okay? And this one is always added. We're gonna go through that later too. So I know that we put our left side up number and we put our right side number down at the area like this. So like we did 72 times 8, we do 8 times 2 is 16. This one goes up because it's the left number, and the right number goes up here, and it is 16 because if our answer was 16. So right number and left number. Alright, so that was the first step. That's where regrouping comes in. The regrouping, that's basically the regrouping part, the first step of regrouping. The first step of regrouping is to put that left number, I'm just going to write it down. I said this many times, but I used to get confused with this when I learned this, and then I realized that it's always the left number. So the left number goes up, alright? So the second step, the second step is the same step as the one that you did with normal one. It's multiplying diagonally, which is also multiplying the tens place and the ones place. So this is the ones place, this is the tens place, and I just multiply it diagonally, which I know that 7 times 8 is 56. So now this is one thing, guys. If something, if on the left side, if it ever says a 2-digit number, you just, okay, so if there is a 2-digit number on the last area, like, sorry guys, 1 second. If I had, if I had 783, then the last digit one would be on this side, right? Times 4. The last digit would be on this side. So whichever the last digit is, you're going to be stopping there. That means no matter if it's 57, if it's 107, whatever number, you're gonna write it all together. So I know 8 times 2 is 16, so I put my 1 up here, as I told you guys, 6 down here. Then I did 7 times 8, which is 56. Now if I have 56, now this is one thing, the left number that goes up, the left number that goes up there is always added. Alright, so I know 76 plus 1, 56, sorry guys, 56 plus that 1 down here would equal to 57, and that is exactly why our 57 is up here. So what's step 1? Say it out loud. It's 8 times 2 is 16 because we're multiplying the ones place. And since we have a 2-digit, regrouping comes in, the left number goes up. Alright, so 2 is left number goes up. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the notes in just a second, okay? The third step is to add that all together. So 56 times 1 is 57. So I added it and I just put that down here. So my answer was 576. So let's just fill out a few, and I'm just gonna show you guys the notes that Cushy took that helped her after we just go ahead and fill out these few. So I'm gonna do the same thing as Cushy did to make myself bigger and get out of that screen, okay? So let's get started. What was the very first step, guys? It was to multiply these two, which I know is 15. So I would put my left number up and I would go 1, 5. Then I would multiply diagonally, which I know that 7 times 5 is equal to 35. And then I need to add. So I know 35 plus 1 is equal to 36. So I'm going to put 36. So I know that my answer altogether is going to be 365. So let's go ahead and type that out. 365. So guys, remember the first step is multiplying this. Yeah, the second step is multiplying, okay, so the first step in regrouping is multiplying this, and regrouping only comes in there if there is more than one digit. So 5 times 3 is 15, so 1 goes up here. As I said, whoa, what happened? Yeah, sorry, oh my gosh. So 5 times 3 is 15, so I would put my 1, and I'll put my 5 out here. 7 times 5 is 35. So I would put 35 plus 1 and 36. So now let's move on to the next one part of it. So we're gonna fill out this one now. So what's the very first step, guys? Say it out loud. To multiply 6 times 4, which we know is 24. So I'm gonna put my 2 up here, my left number, 4 down here. Then I would multiply this 2, and I know that I'm going to be adding this up. So 9 times 4 is 36, 37, 38. So I got a 38. So 38 would be put up here, and 4 would be put up here because 6 times 4 was 24. 9 times 4 is 36, and 37, then 38 because I added those two. So my answer is 384 given here. So let's go ahead and add it up. 384. So let's move on to our last part of it, which is multiplying this and then multiplying this, right? So what's step 1? Multiplying. What's step 1, guys? Say it out loud. Multiplying 6 times 5, which we know is
30.
30. So I would put a 3 up here. I would put a 0 down here. Now, what's the next part? It is to multiply
the diagonally numbers.
So it's also 6 times 5. So we had put a 3 up here, which is 30. 6 times 5 is 30. Now 30 plus 3 is equal to is equal to 33. So I have 33, 0 here because 6 times 5 is 30 and the 3 was the left number. And I added up that 3. So what was our answer, guys?
330.
So let's 330. So I hope you guys had a oh yeah, sorry guys. We have to still share our
notes, guys. So I took my notes like this. I put my title and then I took my steps, and then I also took my blank ones and I put a star note up because I know that I always need to put my left side number to the next place. So that was my star.
That is an amazing example of note taking. So me and Cushy want to talk to you about something else.
So guys, you have learned about both of the types of multiplication. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! And last one, hip, hip, hooray! Okay, so what we want to talk to you guys about was
something called subscribing to my channel.
Yeah, but before that, one more thing. Okay, I want to make myself.
Sorry, guys. I just thought that was the last thing.
Okay, guys. So we want you guys to share to somebody about what you have learned. So I want to share both of us. Okay, yeah.
You can do this. Well, they don't need to read that because we already read it aloud to them.
Okay. So now share to somebody about what you have learned. So you guys can
share to a toy. It's really fun talking to a toy.
This is my toy tape. Hey, I learned about this, blah, blah, blah.
Is that really a toy?
No.
Well, you could also pick an item, random item. She could share to friend like you.
I have learned about this, blah, blah, blah.
I
I can share to a parent or
guardian.
Like, she was my older sister. She was my guardian.
Because I am your friend, not your sister.
I would be like, older sister, I learned about this.
Gone cuckoo. The next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna be sharing to yourself, which can be thinking in your mind.
Hey myself, I learned about this. I'm so cool, right? Blah blah blah. Okay, so you guys have 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds.
So one, go pick.
Go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, guys. So we hope you guys shared with somebody, but guys, remember you can always pause the video, like here.
Like she just
pause
did.
the video, and then we're like, yeah, I just play the video. So you guys can just pause the video and take up how much ever time you need, but don't be like, I don't know what I'm thinking about. You guys can just scroll back to the video. Like, you guys can scroll back to see if you forgot something, and you just want to make sure you guys check something, and make sure you guys hold something, please.
Noties. They help.
Many
They
notes.
really help. During school, when I learned, I always like taking notes. When we're on Zoom calls, I like taking notes. When I was in school, I took notes on sticky notes. It really helped me.
You're still in school, crazy. You're still in school. Come on, I can just write more. No.
Whatever.
You're still in school. I mean, you're still doing school, aren't you? Or is this secret you're keeping from me? I'm kidding. I don't do school. Okay, yeah. So basically, that was it, guys. And so that was it for this video, and we hope you liked it. And make sure you guys subscribe to her channel, ring that notification bell,
And like it.
Remember how I said ring in my last video? So make sure you guys ring that notification bell.